it's Amanda, and today I want to talk to you about a part of the human energy system that's actually one of my favorite topics, and that is etheric cords. So etheric cords are cords that connect our energy system. They're typically attached to our chakras. So heart's a good example here. If you are having a relationship with someone, whether that be a parent relationship, a friend relationship, a romantic relationship, even if you just meet someone, actually, these cords can happen if there's some kind of interesting connection that you have. So etheric cords are just what they sound like. They're cords between people, like this, okay? Energy flows both directions along this cord, okay? And depending on the type of relationship, depends on the type of energy that flows along those cords. In a love relationship, obviously there's love. There's also other emotions that flow along these. Any emotion actually can flow along these. Anger, jealousy, rage, love, joy, happiness, peace, all of those different emotions can flow on this cord. So other chakras can be attached as well. And if you've got a healthy relationship, you've got energy giving and receiving, going back and forth healthfully between the two individuals. It can be actually between more than two people. It can be between people in a group of people, that sort of thing. And the cords, when they form, tend to have certain dynamics. So you have this love cord. You may have a cord to the personal power center of the other person. If it's a healthy relationship, it'll be a healthy respect, healthy boundaries, that kind of thing. If it's not a healthy relationship, one person may be actually taking energy from the other person, or one person may be hooking the other person's energy and kind of drawing them into the other person with control issues and control kind of situations. You see things like that. There are cords too, such as parental cords, so parent and child. And over time, these cords have to change because as the child grows up, the relationship changes between the parent and the child. So while it will always be a child-parent relationship, eventually they're going to be more as peers. And if the energy is not allowed to change in those cords, usually it's between a parent and a child. If the parent keeps the framework of the child being small, or them being able to tell the child what to do all the time, that child will eventually probably rebel because they're resisting the change in the cord. So energy has to move, energy has to shift, energy has to change. When we have a relationship that ends, when we have that happen, we get heartache. We may have stomach pain. You know, we have all these physical symptoms that come with the ending of a relationship. It's a very emotional and very trying time oftentimes. So when these cords get severed like this, we actually have a break, you know, in the cord, and the relationship gets ended. But that doesn't mean that you're not thinking about the person. That doesn't mean that the person's not still important to you in some way, or you know, you may have changed your idea about the person altogether, but the cords are still there, and there's some of those emotional pieces still there because you've still got these emotions flowing out of you, but they're just kind of, they're doing this. They're just kind of, you know, in the ether. The other person has the same thing going on. So whenever you end a relationship, one of the things that I do with people is you have to come in here. You can't just cut the cord or take the cord, just rip it out. You can't do that because it damages the chakra. It's like, think about if you, you know, just go over and rip a plant out of the ground. You know, it can damage the plant. You have to be careful. So what I will do is I will come in here and remove the cord very, very gently, removing all of the constructs that are connected to the cord inside the chakra. And while that does take a little bit of the chakra with it, just because of the nature of this connection here, it can be repaired more easily. And it's without as much shock to the system. It also helps you to heal faster whenever you have your cords removed that way. Sometimes when we have relationships that need to change, such as parent-child relationship, or if we have a love relationship that gets set up as a parent-child dynamic, and as you grow up together, as you grow older, that relationship needs to change, the cord has to change. And again, if there's resistance on one side or the other, it's really hard for the energy in this cord to change. So there's a lot of energetic work you can do around that. Of course, there's counseling, things like that you can do to help shift those patterns, but it's just, they're deep-seated patterns along with the etheric cords, so you have that kind of thing going on. You can even have, the last part I want to talk about, it's really interesting, is if you have someone in your life that feels like they have a different relationship to you than they actually have. So sometimes I will have a parent and a child come in, and I'll point at the mom, and I'll point at the daughter, and I'll look at the daughter and I'll say, you were her mother in a different life. And they both just start laughing, and they say, that makes so much sense. What happens is soul memory is present during that time. So you have this dynamic that's already set up energetically between these two people. Not only do you have that, but you carry your energy system, parts of your energy system anyway, throughout different lifetimes. So you have the soul memory, and you have these cords that, you know, if this was the mom in the last lifetime, and this was the daughter, and now this is the daughter, and this is the mom, you can have some very frustrating dynamics that take place because these cords from the last lifetime, wherever they're attached to, you know, this daughter is hitting these mom spots and going, I told you this, or I told you that. You know, there's a lot of telling going on to the parent that frustrates the parent because that dynamic is an old one and it needs to be transmuted, changed, or even removed depending on what that energetic pattern looks like and how it's affecting those individuals. So this has been Etheric Cords. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.